Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. It is Mystical Monday. Woohoo! Yay, 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 yay. I am coming to you not live today, but pre-recorded, just because I have some other things kind of going on right now, and I'm not going to be available tonight, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So here I am, and I'm going to deliver you tonight's message like today, earlier in the day, and I'll upload it for you guys. So let me first start off by saying, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Dr. Dawn. I am an intuitive guide and spiritual messenger. I'm also a mystic, hence the name Mystical Monday for tonight's program. We will be talking about all things beyond the veil, all the things that you can't sit around probably and have a conversation with most people right now. Although everyone is evolving in this frequency shift, there's still a lot of discomfort as it relates to spiritual topics and ideas. So I like to think of myself as the gap. I like to bridge the gap between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, which is why I call myself a spiritual messenger. I'm the go-between between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. I provide one-on-one services where I introduce individuals on a one-on-one basis to their spiritual team. Your spiritual team, which all of us has, you've had a spiritual team since birth, you just are now coming into awareness of this spiritual team. This team consists of angels, spirit guides, divine beings of light, ancestors, deceased loved ones, all the beings that are currently assigned to you to help you where you currently are in your journey. So that's what I do kind of one-on-one. I also offer courses where I teach individuals how to communicate with the spiritual realm. Not so much so you can be considered a medium or someone who does what I do, but so that you can navigate throughout your daily life with a knowing that you're never alone and an awareness of signs and symbols that are always being presented to you in response to your requests. I act as an intuitive guide and spiritual messenger on social media platforms like this and Instagram and Facebook, where I deliver information that Spirit has downloaded and given to me to share to you guys, okay? So that's all about me. If you're interested in me or my services or learning more about me, please visit my website at www.discoveringyourinnerlight.com. Okay. Always love that little spiel. So today or tonight, when you see this, I want you guys to first know that this journey is just nothing short of magnificent for me. Gosh, can't even get the word out. Things are forever changing and they're moving and shifting on a day-to-day basis. And so I never know what to expect from one day to the next. And so today, I just happen to tap into a message that Feel Good Life posted on YouTube. And if you guys don't know who that is, you probably will know after tonight. Most of you probably do. If you don't, please visit him on any social media platform. I follow him on Instagram, Facebook. It's Feel Good Life. And he is, well, I don't know. I think he's changed his title. He used to be considered a mystical medium or cosmic medium. That's what I'm sorry. I said mystical medium, cosmic medium. I think now he's taken that title off. He's just a public figure. And I understand that. And I'll get to that kind of when we talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. Well, when I kind of peeked into what he was talking about how he became his higher self. And I thought, what a wonderful topic to speak on at this point in time where we are collectively in this shift. And so I'm not going to talk about how he became his higher self. I'm going to talk a little bit about me and myself and my higher self, okay? Because that's what we do here on the planet right now. We share experiences because we are all kind of reflective mirrors of each other, having these different experiences. And so it's different feelings, ideas, pathways, and concepts that we are all experiencing right now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the higher self, and I'm going to talk about it in a way where I'm going to put a little bit of me or a lot of me into it because I think you'll be able to relate because you're probably going through um, some of the things I'm going to be talking about. And if not, you probably will be in the very near future. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about knowing and connecting to your higher self. Now, first of all, after listening to Feel Good Life, I kind of realized some things about myself. Now, always remember when you're directed to these social media platforms, like I just today had an inkling, maybe I should look and see what Feel's up to. I haven't kind of checked in on him in a while. Well, as soon as I went to YouTube, like it was the first, he popped up. I didn't even have to go to where I subscribed to him or his page. He just popped up. So that was my confirmation. Like, yeah, the universe was leading me to this message that Feel Good Life spoke about. So keep that in mind. Some of you were directed to my live. And so there's something here that you were directed to get. Always remember, you're constantly being divinely directed. Okay. Nothing that comes into your energy field is by chance or not planned, so to speak, okay, as it relates to your journey and purpose. So when I went to, when I started watching, okay, and I started kind of listening to what Phil was saying, I realized some things as it relates to me and where I am. I know that I am more connected to my higher self now than I've ever been because I'm now moving from a place of like a realization that I am like a guest here on this planet. I am merely kind of observing and seeing how things are taking place, kind of pulling them apart as they occur, both in my personal life and as well as it relates to what's happening collectively on the planet, things that you hear about, things that you see on the television, things that you hear about. I am now kind of an active observer. And so I'm so much to the point of being an active observer that I find myself now even like talking to my husband saying things like, on my planet, we don't do things like this. We do it like that. Or where I come from, this doesn't exist. And I'm going, wow, I have evolved and come a long way. I'm actually talking as if this is not my home and I didn't originate here. That's huge for me. I mean, I went through a stage of, who am I? Where did I come from? Are these things that are happening to me real? Is this demonic stuff? Is this like trickery on behalf of the spiritual realm? Like I went through all these things and my journey has been taking place, you guys, for over 10 years. And so to get to a place now where I know that I know that I know that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Not only am I a spiritual being having a human experience, but I actively kind of know what kind of like DNA, I have in me. Like I resonate very loudly and closely with Pleiadians. So I know that I have Pleiadian, in me because I'm comfortable communicating and associating and speaking about Pleiadians. Huge, huge. And so I realize more connected to my higher self because I'm stepping out of this human, not just the human body, but the human belief system, the human, everything that's human being. I'm starting to be in a place of freedom. For those of you who follow me on social media, you will see on Instagram now, I have just really gotten into social media over the last year and a half, just because I'm a person that was to myself. I wasn't really into sharing myself. And I thought that people who did that were attention seeking. That used to be my belief. Well, I pulled back the curtain and realized that was my belief because I wanted it to be my belief to kind of justify why I was so closed up. Okay. And so just starting to be on social media as a result of COVID pushed me to do that as a way of being able to connect and provide services has kind of evolved to where I am right now. And so I find myself being more free, free to be me, free to say, hey, I'm flawed and I know I'm flawed, but let me show you how I'm flawed. Let me show you how I'm comfortable with showing you my flaws, because my flaws are part of, like, not just my learning and my evolvement as my soul, but yours as well. So I realized that collectively I am assisting by kind of pulling back my blanket and curtain and exposing myself so that others can feel open and free to expose themselves. So I bring up Feel Good Life because when I was on my journey, of course, Spirit brought him to me. You cannot not get kind of in the realm of Feel Good Life if you're on this spiritual journey. Divine being who has a mission and purpose that you will see and know once you connect with him. Okay. When I was drawn kind of to Feel Good Life, and this was a couple of years ago, and kind of listening to him, I was watching him address subject matter that I never would have been comfortable speaking with to people around me, let alone collectively on a platform. And so I realized after watching him and Lori Ladd and some of the other spiritual teachers and mentors and beings who are here with a purpose to help evolve and push this planet forward, they stepped into it so the rest of us could step out of it. Okay, stepping out of that previous conditioning and belief and becoming more aware and remembering who we are. Beings have to go before others so that you can see and feel and understand that it is okay. What you're feeling is okay. And so I realized, wow, I got to do that too. Like, that's part of why I'm here. I am great with people one-on-one in my sessions. I'm not bragging, but anybody who's had my sessions, you guys talk about it in the comments. I'm very good one-on-one. I can connect very good. I'm in touch with the spiritual realm. I can, get the information to you, help you guys on your way, remove blockages, help you detach from, energetic things that are keeping you subconsciously kind of held back and stuck. Very good at that. But really opening myself up to the collective as it relates to me and what I've gone through and what I continue to go through has been a continued struggle until now. All right. I sent you guys and put out about this new moon that is out right now. This new moon is something phenomenal, something short of spectacular. I immediately on April 30th felt the shift, the difference in my feeling and my being propelled to release the shackles, so to speak, and move forth in freedom, And so I knew that I was in this momentum shift because you guys look on Instagram, what did I do? I have had I don't want to call it a battle, okay? But I've had like subconscious kind of beliefs that I'm trying to untangle as it relates to physical perception, body image, eating habits, all of that. Well, first of all, I'm an empath. Empaths, we tend to like overeat or undereat when we're not grounded. Okay. If we're not grounded, one way that we know that we're not grounded is if we do one of those things. And so I wasn't aware of this until somewhere along in my journey, not quite sure where I became aware of it, but even in my awareness, I still kind of overate because I didn't know how to handle or manipulate this energy. Yeah, I meditate. Yeah, I do yoga. Yeah, I exercise. I do, but I still didn't have the boundaries that were needed to push and keep these energetic things from coming into my energy field. So I kind of just went with it and just indulged a lot of times, and like overeating. And so I've had to, it's like when this new moon hit, something said, boom, like Why are you in hiding about this? The more you hide about this, the more you suppress this subconsciously. So I actually say, you know what? You're right. The more I hide it is the more I feel like I'm saying, I'm not proud of this. I'm not, wanting to share this or feel this. That's what it is. I don't want to feel this emotion. So I'm just going to not talk about it. Well, I realized I needed to do something bold. Okay. This is what you do when you want to break that energetic block, that hamster wheel of going round and round and round and round and round. Do something bold. So what did I do? Okay. I decided maybe 2 weeks ago, it was time. Enough is enough is enough. I said that with my mouth, but my actions hadn't really caught up yet. Well, new moon, a couple of days ago, I said to myself, enough is enough is enough. I'm going to do a bold action. So I knew that in addition to my exercise and diet regimen, I wanted to add something. I didn't want to have plastic surgery, nothing invasive. I don't want to be cut on. I don't want to be injected with anything. I don't want any of that. I want something non-invasive that can work with me in a natural way of flow. Okay. So here comes my husband, because he knows my plight. He knows what I've been trying to do. He just comes out of nowhere and says, hey, look, I got this email, for this service. It's talking about, like removing fat, non-invasively. You should maybe look into it. So I read up on it, and it talked about how they can like um, melt the fat, or first break it up. Let me first explain that. They first explained how your fat underneath your skin is like in hard chunks, and it's sometimes hard to get rid of belly fat when you're working out and exercise and losing weight, because that fat is just so tight and it's in clumps, and it's hard to break it up, especially as you get older. Well, this is what I found, because I've fasted, I've changed my diet, I exercise religiously, but nothing was happening. And so I said, wow, that's interesting. You can break up the fat, and then you can melt it into like small particles till it can maybe get to small enough, almost liquid form, to where you can pass it through your lymphatic system, like either through your urine or your bowels. So I said, well, wow, that sounds quite interesting. The information, that was out there said that the safety rate was good, the results, people were testifying the results. I said, well, at least let me go look into it. So when I went, nobody was probably, I wasn't even thinking this. So when you do it, you got to like take your clothes off. You got to like put on your, your underwear, and well, I have on a sports bra. So, okay. So that was kind of in and of itself kind of bold, because you got to like just unveil yourself just out in the blue in front of somebody you don't know, you just met. So she explained it to me, and she's like, well, let's just try, you could try it and you can see, how you like it. So I decided, and I'm not the vlogger, I decided to take my camera. I said, you know what, I'm going to try it, but I'm going to show my followers what the heck I'm doing, because I'm just going to do it. So I did that. I kind of showed some of the process from what I could do, like holding my camera myself and doing it. But that was so liberating for me to do that, you guys. I was totally exposed, like, although it was just my stomach, but just to like show you guys what I was doing and to bring a camera in while I was doing it, liberating. I feel like when I walked out of there, I feel like it was like I checked off a box, like a release, an energetic release. So it's almost like we're holding things within us. We don't even realize they're blockages, first of all, but we're holding things like subconsciously within us that we're unaware of, because we don't want to be bold. But that new moon now is making you be bold. It's kind of making you step up and step out into the unknown and trusting. And so after I did that, I came back home, and as I was driving home, I was talking to my higher self, okay? Because remember, I told you, I feel like I'm an observer. I'm just visiting. So I said, wow, did I just do that? I'm like, okay, this is what these humans do here on this planet. They usually get cosmetic stuff done to help with the outside, like that's what they do. And so I said, well, wow, is this considered cosmetic, even though I didn't get surgery or anything like that? Well, absolutely it is, right? Because I'm trying to alter my body structure by having things done to it. And in this case, it's called cavitation, like breaking fat up and then melting it like with these lasers. Okay. So yeah, it is cosmetic. I realized when I got home, oh my God, I have had this blockage of judgment as it relates to my body and body image. Let me tell you what happened, how I had that epiphany, how my higher self brought that to my awareness. You know how when you say those things like what you will never do? Well, I always say I will never get anything cosmetic done because that is unnecessary surgery. Well, it's not, this isn't surgery, but it's an unnecessary procedure that you don't need to do. You just need to do what you need to do naturally. You know, this is just another means to make money when all you need to do is get up off your lazy butt and make it happen. So whenever you say, I want you guys to remember this, whenever you say you will never do something, you better believe here comes the universe, bringing it into your energy field. You're going to do it. You want to know why? Because never is rooted in judgment. Whenever you say never, you are not just judging, but you are literally casting doubt or fear subconsciously in your energy field. Let me tell you why. So I always said I would never do that because in my mind, remember you guys, the body image thing is something that I've been dealing with on this journey. In my mind, if you do those types of things, you're lazy. You want to take the easy way out. You have money and are spending it unnecessarily on things that are not that significant in the big scheme of things. Like I had all of these kind of thoughts that I attached to just the thought of doing anything where you have to seek outside assistance to get the physical appearance that you like. I had all these things tied up in them and they were all tied in judgment. Like, listen to what I just said. Those are all judgmental kind of statements, but I never looked at it like that. I always looked at it like I knew what I was talking about because collectively, probably the majority of people would agree with me. You know, that's how we usually like get our conditioning, our thoughts from the collective or from our generational programming and belief system. And so, of course, that was part of my belief system because my mother, my parents and their parents and their parents, like this isn't something we did, like cosmetic things or getting things to enhance your appearance. That just wasn't what you did. Quite actually, in my day, it was like upper echelon people that did that. And not ones that look like me. So it wasn't a common kind of thing. So that was a belief system that I had subconsciously in me. I even used to like side eye people who may have had like gastric bypass surgery or surgery that assists with weight loss, unless it was medically necessary and their lives were dependent on it. That was always my thing. Unless if it's not that, then you need to get up and you need to exercise. You need like all these things, you guys. Again, when you try to say what you will never do and what somebody else shouldn't do, you have an energetic or subconscious blockage of judgment that you need to deal with. That did not become more apparent to me till I was laying on that table with my camera, kind of scanning my body so people could see the machine and see what the heck I was doing. Okay. So when I got home, I was like, wow, I am pulling up some stuff. I am pulling up some things that I just hadn't like dealt with. And so I know my higher self is leading the way now. It is leading the way because not only am I aware, I am acting on this awareness now. I am stepping into a boldness that says there is no right or wrong way to do anything. It's whatever is right for you. I've always said that on my lives. Haven't I told you guys that? I've explained that over and over and over and over again and never realized the biggest block that I have within me, I wasn't even following that um, premise. I wasn't even following it on my own self. So I said, well, you know what? Here we go. Now we're opening the floodgates to freedom. Here we go. Not that I'm going to be like very that transparent on social media, because some people show y'all all their business. Like, I'm not going to do all that. Like, that's not me. I'm still a private, conservative type person in the big picture. But I am going to be more open and willing to show things that sometimes make me uncomfortable, and only being uncomfortable because it exposes me in a way that I've tried to keep hidden. I'll do it in that aspect, but not just showing you guys what I do all day, every day, like sun up, sun down, who this person is, who that person. That's team too much for me. Not judging the people that do that because they're comfortable with that. I have to also take into account we each have personalities. So it is okay, based on if that's your personality, do that. But I know for me, it's not mine. But I did need to be bold and do some things to help me move forth with my freedom. Okay. All right. So I know that my higher self is leading the way. I am now I think I just did it 2 days ago. Or was it yesterday? It's just yesterday. I posted a video just like this where I was talking to myself, and I captioned it, me listening to my higher self. You guys better believe anytime you look in that mirror and you start talking, you're having a conversation with your higher self. I invite you to do it every day. Do it on a regular basis. Get familiar with yourself. I did something else bold this morning. I looked at myself in a full-length mirror, naked. I've never done that. I never have wanted to do that, okay? Because I had these body image issues that wouldn't allow me to glance from head to toe to my whole body. I just didn't do it. And so today I did it. I stood there, I froze in it, and I actually stared. Had to be a good 2 or 3 minutes because it brought tears to my eyes. I mean, not because I was so sad of what I saw. No, that wasn't it at all. It was because I did it. I stood and I looked, and I could feel and hear my higher self saying, well done, well done. Now, here's the thing, you guys. I'm going to try to share my journey with everybody now, like since I started, and I got you guys kind of going with me on the beginning of this whole body image thing. But I have no doubt this go round, I'm going to be successful. You want to know why? Because I'm coming from a place of freedom. I'm coming from a place of not I don't care, but I am happy and content with, well, no, that wouldn't be true if I said I was happy and content with where I am and who I am. No, I am happy and content with the journey I'm on now. There we go. I'm happy and content with the journey I am that I'm on now, moving towards this place of ta-da, da, 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 da. I did it. And so I'm excited. I've never been excited on this kind of a journey before. I've been agonizing previously. I've been dealing with this. You guys, I had my 50th birthday. I've been dealing with this now for 35 years, since I was like 15. 35 years, you guys. It's been this up, down with the weight. And so I've never been like morbidly obese, like big, but big enough to where I was uncomfortable. Whenever you're uncomfortable, you don't have to be considered morbidly obese because you're uncomfortable with what you're feeling. So when it could be you're 110 pounds and you're uncomfortable. I mean, what is going to make you comfortable and why are you uncomfortable? That's what you have to explore, which is what I had to do. Like, why is this weight so uncomfortable for me? And for me, it boils down to a couple of things. One, I don't like how my clothes fit. Okay, that's the kind of outside obvious stuff. I don't like that. Two, I don't like the actual weight of the body. Like, I want to feel lighter. And I think because in my involvement of where I am now, and I'm trying, not trying, let me take that word out, not trying, I'm moving towards my light body. I literally want to have a lighter body. So I want to not feel as dense. So I am now working towards decreasing the density, and so I can move into this light body. So it means something different to me now. It means more than just looking good in my clothes. It means moving and evolving into my light body. Okay, so I know my higher self is at the forefront because that's what's on my list, moving into my light body and feeling lighter all the way around. So I also wanted to let you guys know that I've been showing you guys kind of like the physical steps so far that I've undergone, the exercising thing, the fat reduction process that I'm going through with the sessions I'm going to be having. And I'll also be sharing the eating things for you guys, because guess what? I'm not a vegetarian. Nope, tried that. I have to be realistic with myself. My higher self said, you are down there to have your experience. Don't base your experience off of everybody else's experience. Maybe for right now, or maybe period, it doesn't even have to be just for right now. Maybe you find that you have a different way of consuming and managing and feeling good about what you're taking in. So guess what, you guys? I decided I'm going to be a 3-day-a-week vegetarian. How about that? I'm going to not eat meat 3 days out the week. This is what I'm starting at. This could evolve into something else. And if it doesn't, oh, well, I'll stay here. I'm going to eat or not eat meat 3 days out the week, and kind of eat meat the other 4, but just pull back and kind of monitor what meat I'm eating. And that's okay. I'll be a 3-day-a-week vegetarian. So what? Do me, right? Just like you guys have to do you, what works for you. We love that Tabitha Brown tells us, it's your business, because it is your business. We live in a world now where, as the collective starts to shift and do things, the push is for us to do them too, right? Remember, we talked about this matrix and how the algorithm will change, and then we find ourselves changing and moving towards with the algorithm. But I only move if it feels comfortable. Okay. If it ain't comfortable, I can't move. And that's all right, because I'm in this game doing my own separate kind of thing, as we all are. We're all doing our individual things in this game. One thing Phil said today, definitely I agree with. He says there is no like winning, play to win. And I used to have that concept in my head. I used to be like, I'm down here to win. I came to win. I came to play this game and win. Nah, you don't have to win. You don't have to win. Just play your way. Your way means coming down here, doing things how you want, when you want, and whichever kind of way you feel is appropriate and suitable for you. That's playing the game. That's winning, actually, when you do it the way you want to do it. And you're always going to come on top when you do that, because you're going to be authentically your true self, which is what your higher self has been trying to show you since you got here. And so, leading with my higher self now, okay, and you guys may see this too, I'm getting a little kind of caught up in not who I am, but the title that I am. I've changed my title even over these platforms a couple of times in the past year and a half. And that's because of my evolvement. We're going to get to a point where we don't have titles. We're just going to be souls. We're just going to be souls having an experience. I've said in the beginning of you guys, like when I first started following Feel Good Life, he was the cosmic medium, meaning he was the go-between, not just between the spiritual realm and the physical, but the actual cosmic realm. Like he deals quite directly with multidimensional beings, higher level beings of light, specifically the Arcturians. He talks to the Arcturians and delivers quite a few of their messages. And so he kind of branded himself as the cosmic medium. And so now, like I told you guys, I saw that he moved to public figure. Got it, understand it, because you're going to get to a point, probably, maybe, where those things aren't going to define you anymore. They just aren't. So I find myself going, I am a spirit, intuitive guide and spiritual messenger. Yes, I'm mystical, but do I really need to like call myself that? Like, do I really need to tell people that? Like, just let my actions show you who I am. Let my energy speak for me. But we're not that yet. We're not there yet collectively. We can't do that because we're not all tapped in to the energy of each other. We're not all living in this moment, in the now. And so it might get by us who this person is, that person is, because we're not tuning in. And I mean that in every sense of the word, tuning in frequency wise to the people around us. We're still kind of looking ahead, thinking ahead, moving ahead, and not in this moment right now. So when I became really connected with my higher self, and I know that I am because I'm really in the now, I do not move beyond this moment. And again, I actually, in the title, I'm going to put, an ode to Feel Good Life, because a lot of things he said resonated with me and made me realize about myself that besides the one-on-one coaching sessions that you guys like call in to schedule, which my computer keeps track of that. I literally can't tell you what day it is from one day to the next. I just can't. I get so lost. And so my husband sent me to play the lottery. I couldn't remember what day it was to know what game is being played, on what day. And so that's how lost I am with the days. I find myself losing track of days, hours, just all of that. And so my spirit body is pretty much leading this journey now. It's leading it, and I'm kind of sitting back, literally watching and releasing, to get into this flow and allowing myself more freedom. Okay. Higher self is there for all of you. It has no choice but to be there for all of you. You can't be here without higher self attachment. So the guidance and awareness that you get with your higher self is so significantly beyond what your human self could ever imagine or experience, that you'll definitely know when you're becoming attached. Okay. So I hope that all of you right now are realizing kind of where you are in your journey, kind of how much you're allowing your higher self to assist, guide, and help you remember who you are and why you're here and what you came to do. Because your higher self is like kind of tugging away right now. Trying to get you into that place of remembrance and awareness. So be mindful in every sense of the word mindful. Understand that all of the actions that you put forth in this now reality will have a reaction that is coming back to you energetically. We always look at things in terms of positive and negative, good and bad, fear and not fear. But I want you to realize, this is what I told one person, shared with somebody last week, because I could tell in the questions she was having, she was deep into her awakening. She's now starting to see and sense and feel the universe communicating with her. And so that can be overwhelming when it first starts to happen. You think something and then you turn your head to the left and there's the answer to what you were just thinking. Or you start to know things before they happen. Your intuition gets heightened. Like all of these things start happening and your first reaction is fear, right? Well, I had to let her know, because she thought, as most of us do, when this happens, something is like either happening to me that is not good, or maybe this is something I need to get help with because it could lead to something bad, just in a whole state of disarray. And I told her, don't ever feel like that. The only reason you feel like that is because you are experiencing something you've not felt before since you've been here. and it is unfamiliar to you. So therefore, it makes you become afraid and produce the energy of fear only because you don't recognize it and you haven't experienced it since you've been here. Okay. But now you're here. Now you're aware. And now you're in the flow. Embrace it, love it, enjoy it. It is a wonderful time. Understand you're right where you're supposed to be. Understand you're going through right what you're supposed to be going through at the right time. Understand you're being led to the life that you are trying to create, and to love that. Absolutely, positively love that. And so once I shared this with this person, she said, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And it's good to have someone to go to share these experiences with." And so I want to encourage all of you who are going through or having your spiritual awakening, or you're having things happen, or you can sense your involvement, your awareness of the chakras and your higher self and your evolution. Be mindful of what everybody else is going through at this time as well, because some people are experiencing these things and they're not aware. Others are experiencing it and they are aware, but they don't know that you're aware. Just be open to being a little more exposed, if you will. That's my word now. Being a little more exposed, because you never know if what you're saying is going to resonate with somebody else and give them the confidence that they need to speak and walk in their truth. Okay. I want to thank Feel Good Life again, because when I started my journey, I felt a strong connection with the angelic realm, so much so that I felt as if I was in a reincarnated angel. And I still feel that. I still feel that. And I'll share that sometimes with people in my courses, of course, because I teach how to communicate with angels and spirit guides. So I'm very comfortable in that sense. But now I speak it a little more kind of with affirmation now, because I know that I know that I know. And I have the attitude that if it's not for you, or that doesn't resonate with you, then you don't have to understand it or receive it. But it's who I am. And so I owe that to people like the Feel Good Lives, who openly say who they are. And even though it may seem strange, different, or not the norm, because the collective isn't there yet, they still spoke it and walked in it. And so I'm walking right now. And now I'm talking to you guys. Okay. So I hope that this message has resonated with some of you, because you're going to be doing things now that are bold. And understand this boldness is you stepping into your greatness. Understand that things that you perceived as being difficult, or that bring you fear, or were unable to accomplish, are going to seem more realistic now, going to seem more doable, are going to be more in your reach, because you're going to now start walking and moving towards them. Maybe like me, from a place of observing and just watching and flowing, or you may be a more active mover and shaker and be actively kind of seeking and moving towards the guidance that you're getting. But I'm learning now to kind of sit back and trust that all things are working for my good. Don't fear it. I even, like I told you guys, I talk in the sense where I'm just visiting. I'm from another planet. I'm just visiting. People can look at me like like I have three eyes, well, which I do have three eyes. Boop, boop. They can look at me like I am actually an alien that you don't recognize, and I'm okay. I'm fine with it, because I'm comfortable in my knowing of who I am. And I always look at that person and go, "Ooh, just wait till your turn comes, because it's going to come at some point." And so now I have more comfort in knowing this. And so it's helped significantly. But I would be lying to you guys if I told you guys this happened overnight. It was a process. So I want you guys to understand, go through the process. enjoy it, embrace it, always stay on your toes and aware, because you never know what the universe is bringing your way. It's always bringing something to get you closer and closer to where you want to be. And I'm getting so close right now to something that I've talked to you guys about for so long, but I'm not going to say it yet because I want it to come on to me like I know that it is. And I'll keep you updated. But I just wanted to take this moment to talk to you guys and share about the higher self, specifically me and my higher self, because I want and hope that you guys are getting to know your higher self, because I told you, I explained to you guys almost 2 years ago, it's going to get to a point where that's all you have is your higher self. And it's okay, because that's all you came with. You came here with your higher self. And so get to know your higher self, get comfortable with who you are, be more free, get bold, and just go ahead and just do this game. Do the game however you want to do it. Have your experience. But as long as it makes you happy and you're enjoying it, you will always, always remove all blockages or anything in your way when you do that. Okay? All right. Got to give you guys a little reminder. So again, if you're interested in one-on-one sessions, coaching sessions where I do intuitive guidance, spiritual coaching, detachment and release sessions of energetic blockages, which before you can do a detachment and release session, you must do a spiritual coaching session, because that's only fair. We can't detach and release what we don't even know what's going on. So we got to kind of do that first, the spiritual coaching session, before we do that. But that's all explained on my website. Visit my website at www.discoveringyourinnerlight.com. I want to thank you guys for the donations that I get. I'm not saying this because I want you guys to donate, but I just figured out something just by listening to Phil. So I got all these things in the about section on my YouTube page, like Cash App, like all that. You can go to my website and do donations, but that's like so much. I realized, let me tell you how I'm just not into media. I didn't realize all I had to do was tell you guys to go to discoveringyourinnerlight.com/donations. It'll take you right to my page, to the donations page on my website. Didn't realize that till Phil gave it out today on his. So see, you'll learn, Spirit will direct you to stuff when you know that there's an easier way to do things and show you how to do it. And so, yeah. My fault, you guys. You guys always ask me, and I'm always like, go to my website, click on this, go to there. You don't even have to do all that. Just go to discoveringyourinnerlight.com/donations, and that will get you to my page. I would appreciate it when you do it, but you don't have to do it. Whatever works for you. But I enjoy this. I enjoy you guys. You're helping me grow, helping my soul advance, helping me fulfill my journey and purpose here. And so I hope that I'm doing the same for you. Okay. I am sorry we didn't do a live today. So sorry. But hopefully you guys will enjoy this. Please, in the comment section, let me know what you thought. And if it's your first time, please come back. You guys, don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe. Subscribe. I always have more views than I do followers, or subscribers, I should say. Somebody's not clicking on subscribe. So please do that. And I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your night or day. And I will see you next time. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.